It was really funny actually. I think like 2 weeks ago we had 2 people in our DM that actually liked each other.
That's what people think, right?
Yeah.
Some Gen Z.
Yeah, they always think we're interns.
Ooh, I would say Bol is a sassy person. And on Instagram and on TikTok, people know Bol as Gerda.
A very odd person. It's just someone who's like a little bit too old to be like chronically online on social media, but she is.
I'm honestly really excited for this episode. Like I think I say it every episode that I'm excited, but this one is like it's the most asked question from friends and family. Like, oh, are you part of this team or who does this at Bol?
Yeah.
So today we're joined by Rens and Suryani from the social media team of Bol. Yeah, I just really want to know. I have so much questions. I want to know a lot of it.
I can imagine.
Let's first introduce the both of you.
I am Rens, 28 years old. I've been working as a social media community manager here now for 2.5, 3 years. Doing it with pleasure. Had a lot of fun until now, at least. So let's see how it goes. But no, it's still a lot of fun, and I also get a lot of questions from friends like, oh, did you make this or did you make that? You know, but it's still it's a lot of fun and great people to work with. And apart from that, outside of Bol, I do content creation. I swim. That's it basically.
Nice. Aside from Bol, you do content creation.
Yeah, I do even more content creation. Yeah. So
you don't have any personal private life.
No,
left.
No, I'm not one of those 24/7 vloggers. So I don't vlog my daily life or something, but just when I'm in the mood, I make other content for myself. So
really cool.
Yeah,
welcome. Good to have you.
All right, my name is Suryani. I'm 24 years old, and I have been working as a community manager for Bol for around 1.5 years now. And yeah, the same with Rens. People ask me like, oh, did you make this post or did you see this comment? Was that you? So that's always really fun to hear. And in my free time, I am busy with fitness, with running, and I live in Amsterdam, so there's always something for me to do.
Can't get bored.
No, definitely not.
True, nice. Yes, really welcome both of you though. It's
thank you.
I really, I don't know, like I think we've talked about this quite often, but it's
you talked a lot about
maybe it's something I'm dreaming about at night, but I really like it. Like this is really the most asked question. If I say I work at Bol, then people are always like, oh, the cool company, of course, of the web shop as well, but the social media account. Like, who is this? Who is this one person or who is this team?
Yeah.
Can you guys give some more secret, like what's happening in there?
Well, we of course, as I said, we get a lot of that question as well. Like just when we say, like we work for the Bol social media team, it's like, oh, so you're the one making the posts, commenting everything, reacting to everything, and I'm like, okay, no, we're in a team that consists of 4 community managers. So you're with half of us now. Yeah. So. And then there's a couple freelancers who do a little bit of other stuff, but also keep us a little bit in check. I mean, it's sometimes it's a little bit needed, but just to have some control that we don't do too much of the bad things. Like sometimes we can overstep our lines a little bit because I mean we want to get as close as we can to the line as like what can we do, what can we say, which I mean it depends on like if you comment on Facebook, it's completely different than Instagram, for example. But yeah, there's a big marketing team, and then within that is the social team, which is about I think 10 people, and then there's us, the community managers, who well, as I said, manage the community. And so that's 4 of us.
Wow. It's way smaller than I would have expected, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you're very productive, I think.
Yeah, but
yeah, we are.
There's so much going on social media, especially if you're such a big brand. So it's, I'm surprised by 4, to be honest. But cool. Yeah. And how is that dynamic? So you mentioned you have community managers and social media.
There's a couple of creatives. You have someone who's the influencer manager, for example. So there's a couple who you don't really speak to that much unless you have to. There's, for example, the creative who sometimes just says like, "Oh, I made this. This is what's gonna be on our socials this next week." For example, it's not really a managing role as a kind of overseer for all the community managers, but there's 1 or 2 that are really that we do talk a lot with for content and what kind of content we do and if we have any questions. But it's with the 4 of us. We talk a lot, like just during the workday as well. Like on Teams, we speak a lot. We screenshot funny things that we see, and we laugh about it, or God forbid we make fun of someone. But sometimes that can happen. But it's mostly just for look, I see this comment. Which made me laugh a lot. Yeah. So,
And before really diving into it, like, how would you describe Bol as on socials to someone that has no idea how Bol is?
Ooh, I would say Bol is a sassy person. And on Instagram and on TikTok, people know Bol as Gerda. And Gerda, she just, how do you explain it? She's this sassy person who gives life advice, but she can also, how do you explain that?
I'm thinking it's just a very odd person. It's just someone who's like a little bit too old to be like chronically online on social media, but she is. And so she knows all the Gen Z stuff, but she's actually like a little bit too old for that. But it's also her gimmick, so everyone knows that, and everyone just goes with it. And she's from the accounting thing. That's how it came about. Like, I'm Gerda from accounting. That someone once asked, like, I think this was like 5 years ago or 6 years ago maybe. Someone asked like, "Oh, who's behind this account?" And then someone just commented, the Gerda from accounting. And that's how it all came about. And we're still Gerda.
Yeah.
We're all Gerda. All 4 of us.
How to get framed,
Exactly.
But it's definitely nice and it works really well, right?
It definitely does. Yeah. Just everyone in our Instagram comments, Facebook a little bit less, but mostly the younger audience just says, "Oh, Gerda, how are you today?" or something. And then you just answer like, "Oh yeah, I've been fine today, but this and that," and then just some stupid joke with it. It's a lot of fun. It's a little bit of our alter ego.
Yeah. So how do you come up with those jokes? Do you like envision yourself being Gerda in the morning? And
I think we just learned along the way, because I've been working here for 1.5 years and Rens for over 3 years. And in the beginning is just trying what works and what doesn't work, and you also get inspiration from your colleagues or just from being chronically online. So over time you learn, I can say this, I can say that. And there's like a line that we can't cross. So there are certain topics that we don't want to talk about or that we don't react to. But a lot of things we can react to. So you just learn along the way.
And it also seems hard to me, like, because you're jumping into some sort of alter ego for Bol, then you jump to your own account again. Have you ever been sassy to your friends now, or is it really an alter ego you can switch off?
For me, sometimes it's a bit hard, but it's usually when you work here, you have like a kind of sense of humor that really fits with the narrative of Bol and Gerda and everything. So it's, for me, it's really easy because it's just I have a really like bad sense of humor. Like just, I have a lot of fun in my daily life with my own jokes. And see, I say like, if I'm the only one who laughs, at least someone laughed, you know?
Yeah.
Which is the most important thing. But yeah, no, it's just, for me, it's easy to switch between the Gerda and myself humor, because it's basically the same humor, except for I can't say some of the things I say in my personal.
I see.
I can't say some of those things on the Bol account, but
yeah,
I mean that's just when you're gonna cross that line.
Yeah,
so it's not that hard for me.
Because go ahead.
Sorry, for you, Suryani?
For me, it's also easy because I think I have a different personality than Gerda. I am a girl who lives in Amsterdam, and I think I have the stereotypical Amsterdam life. I go to the gym, I go to Pilates classes, I get matcha. So that's really different than the person that we're trying to be with Bol.
Yeah.
So
even though I think that also works for Bol.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
It does. Gerda usually pretends that she does all that. But yeah, it's also like the tone of voice. We're trying to match the people we respond to a lot, and luckily the people on Instagram are like they know about Gerda and how we respond and how Gerda normally responds, so they usually respond in the Gerda type of way as well. So we can it comes very naturally then. Yeah. So it's not really that you have to I have to think of something Gerda-esque to say in response to this. It's just, it comes to you instantly usually, and then just type it and comment it and hopefully get likes.
Yeah,
and like, of course, because I think you mentioned you've been 3 years here, right?
Yeah, almost 3 years.
Yeah, and I think the alter ego is there for a bit more time probably. So
yeah,
I'm curious, like, how was this received in the beginning? Because if you decide for one day, like, okay, from like a Bol perspective, we're not gonna be correct all the time. We're gonna choose deliberately to do some sort of tone of voice. Do you have heard any like stories about this, like how people reacted back in the days?
I'm not really sure, but I think it was already the way we reacted to comments, but. Now we had someone now we had a scapegoat. Now we had, it's Gerda from accounting.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly, it went like that. But it usually, when I look back at older posts from like 2018 or 2017, it was already that kind of sense of humor that I saw there. It did evolve a little bit more into the Gerda personality, of course, and a bit more towards the Gen Z and that kind of stuff. But I think it's still essentially the same. So it worked. Yeah. It used to work. So why stop?
Yeah, I agree.
So you said that your humor kind of needs to fit in with the Gerda personality. So how does the interview process look like when you apply for this job?
The interview process. So in the beginning, we had to do a mini case. So our manager selected a few comments from different posts, and the Bol team already commented on that, but we had to make up a comment ourselves that we think would fit in under the post. So let me think. My application process was 1.5 years ago. I think there was a post about Barbie, and there were multiple ones. I actually asked my friends to to think of some comments with me, but they all worked out pretty fine. I remember that my manager at the time, he I couldn't see from his face if my comments were good or not. So we ended the call and I was like, was it good? Was it not good? Would it fit within Bol? And then I got the call a few days later, and he was like, well, you got the job. And I was, nice. Oh my God. I was so happy. Yeah,
Wow.
it was really nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
And can you walk us through like a typical day in your life?
A typical day. Okay, so it depends because there are different things. Okay, so a typical day. Okay, wacht, even denken hoor.
Today, for example.
Okay,
Today,
so,
for example.
Okay, so today we have different platforms. So we work on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook,
X.
Threads, Reddit,
Oh wow.
X, former Twitter.
Okay.
And on Instagram and TikTok we are Gerda, but on X and
Facebook.
we also get customer questions like, oh, where's my package? It is delayed, or I have a complaint about this and that. So we also react to those comments. But there we are not Gerda. We're just more polite and more customer, more customer oriented. And on Reddit we are, that's also a different tone of voice that we have there. And yeah, it's all over the place a bit. And on Instagram DM, people, sometimes they just ask for advice. So it was really funny, actually. I think like 2 weeks ago, we had 2 people in our DM that actually liked each other.
Yeah, well, there was one guy who said like, oh, I have a crush on this girl and she's also in your DMs. So we were like, what's her name? what's her name? And then she was there, and then it was like, okay, so now we're gonna play Cupid.
Yeah.
This is our time.
Oh, no.
And because normally people in Instagram DM like come to us like, oh, I have it's just a real conversation between people. They don't view us as like a company or Gerda. It's just they're talking with the social media person from Bol, and they say, "Oh, I have a math test tomorrow. Can you wish me luck?" So we say, "Oh yeah, let's go. You can do it. You got this."
Oh wow.
And then the next day they'll say, "Oh, I got a 7 on my math test." Yeah, and then we'll just hype it up all and it's just so much fun to get that more personal connection with people, which is fun. But as I said, so there were these 2 people, and so then the girl came in. She was in DM. I think they were like 16 or 17. Yeah. So it's high school. It's weird and just a little bit youthful. And so we were like, oh, do you have a crush? And she was like, really, oh yeah, I have a crush on this guy. And it was the guy.
Oh man.
So we were like, oh yes, this bang on. We got this. This is easy. It went all sideways from there. It's, not to get into details, but it went horribly wrong. Not because of us, but
the guy messed up. Actually.
The guy messed up. Yeah, he fumbled.
Send some flowers now.
He fumbled. Yeah, exactly. He fumbled the bag.
Yeah.
It's
painful.
Yeah, and it was, and we saw it all happen, like live. We got the screenshots
of the whole conversation.
We got screenshots. Yeah, we got all the tea. It was spilled, and it was. So we spilled that tea among ourselves as well, because I mean, oh my god, we have more news about this and that.
But like aside from like this, well, it's so cool that people also trust the brand to just send these kind of things, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't ask for them. Just saying, we don't ask for personal stuff. They send it to us. We can't unsee it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, so we see it. I mean, we're not gonna like look at different things. We're not gonna search them up, or it's just we see things in DM and we try to respond as funny as possible, and try to give them advice as well. We tried to give advice. He didn't take it, apparently. I
think he got blocked.
Yeah, he got blocked everywhere.
Oh no!
Everywhere. It was a tragedy. I was also just so sad. I'm just hearing. I was like, because a week before that went so great, and it was all they had a crush on each other.
Yeah.
And a week later it was just all gone, and it was all. And I was so sad.
That's part of being 16, the experience. Right?
Yeah, exactly. They learn from it, you know.
Yeah.
It's all experience, and it's gonna be a mistake they'll never make again. Hopefully. They probably will, but
it would have been a really cool story, right? Like, where did you guys met? Not on Tinder, no, was bol.com.
We were also thinking about that. We thought, oh my god, that would have been such a good content.
Exactly,
content
it would have been great
idea.
content.
Like the first bowl
dates.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, it's a
bowl
bummer.
baby.
First bowl baby.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so that happened 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
So again to the typical day in your life, like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I'm just curious. That's why I just want to know.
So we have the platforms that we check, and for So for Instagram, Facebook, and X, we get the comments in a CRM system. I think you can call it that.
Yeah.
And for TikTok, we have to check TikTok ourselves. So we go to each post, we see, what do people comment under there? Is there something that we can respond to? And for Reddit, we also have to check it ourselves. And so yeah, we just get comments throughout the whole day, and I think mostly the posts that we like when we post something, it's usually in the morning, so that's when we get a lot of traffic. And I think after lunch around 3, we search for profiles that we can react proactively to. So for example, influencers that are relevant now in the Netherlands, we have a whole list of people that we can check, but also in my own feed or in the feed of my colleagues. You can just check it yourself, and then we can see what's relevant or fun that we can jump into. Do you have something to add?
Yeah, so apart from that, we also have the influencers that do ads for us and with us, and that's like it's we react to them as well. We try to react to all the influencers that do ads for us, and then apart from that, there's the proactive reactions, which sometimes it's just like nobody has any fun content going on, and then it's like you want to have some proactive things because you want to get your brand out there, and you want to get people to see your brand everywhere they go, especially their favorite content creators. But sometimes content from the content creators isn't that good to react in a funny way to, or they post it at like 9 a.m. in the morning, and then you're way too late to have any relevant comments. So because like in the first couple hours, it's really critical to, if you react to something proactively, it's critical to be there within like 2 hours maximum.
Okay.
Because otherwise it's just other comments will have more likes than you and will be shown earlier. And then your comment will just drop down into nothingness and be gone forever. Nobody will know. In the void, nobody will know that you commented. So, but sometimes if you're there like really early, you can get a comment that gets, I think our record is around 13,000 likes on a comment, which in the Netherlands is a lot. On TikTok. So, but apart from that, it's basically how a day in the life goes. Yeah.
I really love these battles sometimes because I'm a sucker for comments. So I check up on these sometimes. And for example, I don't know, someone's promoting a Samsung phone and then Apple bashing out of nowhere. Like these kind of things where brands are just diving onto each other. I think that's so funny to see. Because do you guys, for example, know the other social media people behind other bigger accounts, for example?
No.
At
least I don't. I really want to, like, it would be fun because we have a lot of interaction with other brands on social and usually on threads as well. There's a lot of brands there who are
Threads.
It's Threads is really.
Oh really?
I mean, it's kind of going. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But especially for brands as well, there's there's a couple of brands that just always tag us and have fun comments. And I mean, it would be fun to like just once, just like grab a drink with like a couple of the community managers from a couple of different brands and just chat and see how it goes. That would be fun. But no, I don't know any of them. I have no idea if it would be interns maybe or just people.
That's what people think, right?
Yeah.
Some Gen Z.
Yeah, they always think we're interns. Yeah. So sometimes we just respond as if we're interns. Like, oh yeah, we get like, oh, I get my monthly payment of 3 cookies, you know. And finally, yeah.
All right. So we talked about a day in your life and how you respond to certain people that maybe have a crush on each other. How about like viral posts? Because Bol goes quite often quite viral. Do you have a fun anecdote or fun story about it?
Okay, so one of my favorite videos that we made the last couple of weeks was the video based on the Bad Bunny campaign from Calvin Klein. So Calvin Klein actually does a campaign, I think, each year with a famous person. So this year it was Bad Bunny, and he just did the underwear shoot, and it was amazing, and people went crazy for it. So we thought at Bol we have to make a video kind of like it, with like, yeah, in the Bol spirit, and people actually loved it, and the comments went really well. And yeah, wait, should I check out some of the comments?
Yeah,
should I?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
so I'll explain a bit how that post went, because
what did you
normally see? the Calvin Klein thing was just you see Bad Bunny in underwear, and it's just, you know, it has to be sexy and it's all that stuff. We had a guy in a blue morph suit. Just like blue head to toe, and just it was a Calvin Klein underwear as well, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a more, and he's just standing there just posing, and it looks really dumb, but like, and everyone was thirsting on it, and it was so much fun. And there's a couple of comments that are really unhinged that we cannot possibly say on here, but that will get us demonetized in wherever you go.
Yeah, okay, so one of my friends actually commented, and he said, oh, the marketing manager deserves a bonus. And then I commented, oh, I only accept bonuses if it are Bad Bunny, Nicholas Chavez, or Jeremy White. And Jeremy White was actually the model for last year's Calvin Klein campaign, and Nicholas Chavez is like the internet boyfriend. So he's just someone that people really love, and they really fancy him.
That got 2,000 likes almost.
I've seen this comment.
Oh, yeah.
His comment got 4,000 likes, and our got almost 2,000.
Wow. It's crazy.
And someone commented, why is this ad, why does it last for 9 hours? Well, the video is like 30 seconds. Or, it's getting pretty hot in here. And hear me out. And yeah.
We got 1,030 comments on it, which is insane.
It's insane.
Yeah. But again, like, it's so funny to me that like these kind of posts, like we post it as Bol, but you would never link this to an e-commerce thing, and I think that makes it so cool and so funny.
Yeah, because like usually it's a lot of what they call shit posting, and it's just it really it's really for Gen Z mostly, because like the short attention span is just throw something in there, and usually loud means funny. that works for us as well, a lot of the times. And just random means funny as well. So we had a post of like, you saw it was a little statue of a cow, I think, and then AI made the cow just move and live, and it was really dumb, and it was just to mark the beginning of the month. Then you heard like, oh, it's the first of the month, and everyone went crazy, and it was like it was the best post for us in the last like 2 months.
Oh,
and
we also Gwen van Poorten, she's a Dutch influencer, and she has a dog, and she actually made a how do you say it, like traplift.
Yeah, an elevator for your
stair
stairs.
Yeah.
She made a stair lift for her dog.
Oh.
And then she actually fooled the internet. Okay, so wait. So she has a window in her apartment, and there you can see the staircase with the dog going upstairs. And then she made a new account, like, oh, whoa, my neighbor is watching. What is my neighbor's dog doing in the stair lift? But she was behind that account, and that second account it went viral, and like the American news picked it up.
Oh.
And then we were like, oh, whoa, we have Dickie Dick. He's a mascotte. He's one of our mascottes for Bol. We can do the same, but with Dickie Dick in a bowl box.
In a bowl box, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that also organically attracted, I think, like over 1 million views.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
it was just so. It just looked so funny. It was just you saw Dickie Dick in a bowl box, and then behind that was some guy just carrying it upstairs, and it looked so funny and it's so dumb at the same time. But that's why it worked, because it's just so dumb that it's funny.
It's like the best job in the world, right? You can do all
Yeah.
this
Exactly.
funny shit and you get paid for it. It's like
Yeah. You just post whatever you want. It's just like, especially like now, since about, I think, a year and a half, we use Reddit, and Reddit, the people on there are genuinely a different breed. It's
true.
when you scroll on Reddit, there's so many weird people, and the usernames, they're so weird. But we post sometimes a couple of reposts from Instagram, or just some funny meme. But because we're a brand on Reddit, like the main thing to say is silence brand on Reddit, because they really hate brands, and they automatically give down votes. But after a while, we started to see a little bit more positivity coming from people from, I normally hate brands, but I like this meme. This is the first meme from a brand that I really like on Reddit. And then sometimes there's just really unhinged comments on there, and you can overstep the line a little bit more on Reddit, because they won't bitch about it if you overstep the line a little bit. They'll just go, okay, yeah, fair, or just do something back. And if someone's like very negative, there's 10 other people being negative about that person, and it's just standard Reddit stuff. It's it's something different.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the line. You guys mentioned the line a couple of times. So what is the line? Do you have an example?
Okay, so for example, that was actually funny. Yeah, there's this series on TikTok now with a guy and a girl, and they're doing, what's it like to date people in Amsterdam? And there they mention topics like alcohol or drugs, and we don't respond to that. And then it was like, oh, but it's really funny. And then Rens was also like, yeah, but no, we can't connect Bol to that type of content. So then I reacted on it with my own personal account, which got actually 200 likes. So that was too bad, but still it's good to stay out of those kind of topics.
Yeah. Sometimes you can really get really close to that line, the drugs and other kind of alcohol, for example. But like sometimes when it's very vaguely insinuated about alcohol or drugs, something, you can comment something funny about that, or just something completely innocent.
Yeah.
And then you could do that, but it's still very tricky. But that post was really like, it was mentioned like 10 times. We're gonna do cocaine in the bathroom and this and that.
Yeah, that
like,
is
yeah, okay,
smart.
better just stay away from that.
Yeah.
And other lines are religion.
Oh yeah.
Where we don't talk about religion or do one religion more than the other, or just the same as politics. We don't have any standpoint in whether we're right winged or left winged or whatever. People usually say we're woke lefties, because we have posts about diversity. And then the entire right wing Facebook and Twitter gets on our ass, and it's just so much. And they have so little to do that they will just bitch on, like, comment on a brand that posts about diversity, and instead of doing something useful with their time, they say like, oh no, I hate people from that part of the world, you know.
It's part of social media, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
everywhere.
it's part of social media, but it's just so sad that people are still like that.
No, I fully agree.
But yeah, so the line is so we don't do any politic. We don't take any standpoint. We don't even take standpoint in the friet of patat discussion.
Yeah, makes sense.
We say it's just fried potato sticks. That's it. We say it's fried potato sticks. That's it.
Okay.
Nothing else. Nothing more.
That's
nothing less.
Statements.
So I can't really think of any more lines, but it's just normally it's very much just common sense. If you think it goes too far, it usually is too far. And then sense. You can always ask colleagues, what do you think of this, or the boss, for example. But yeah, it usually if it seems too far out of line, it is usually too far.
Yeah, it also might not be worth it then.
Yeah, exactly. It might just be worth it to just let it go. And I mean, you could always post it with your personal account. I mean,
true.
If you want to, you could post it on your personal account, but it's just not favorable for Bol to do it.
Yeah, really a dead question, but what's your screen time?
Oh, it's really high, I think.
Oh, mine isn't. Mine, I think mine is
really?
For about 4 hours.
Yeah.
With most of it
because you do it on your personal phone, or is it in the CRM as you mentioned on your laptop?
We have a work laptop, so which has the CRM in it, and what's yours?
It's 9.5 hours.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
nice.
not good. Yeah.
Let's see mine. Wait.
But it's your profession, right? So
Yeah, it's my profession. I also
Wow.
I like being online, and I also try to make a few TikTok videos myself, and I like to get inspiration, and yeah.
I love the that's the perfect excuse, right? If you ever have parents that are like, get off your phone, you're like, no, I'm working. Hey.
You know, mine is 3 hours.
What?
But that's usually because I work at my PC, and I have a PC at home, and then I also just have a laptop, and on my PC I use WhatsApp and stuff. So I'm not really on my phone for WhatsApp during the day.
Yeah.
And most of my screen time comes from watching TikTok before sleep. I think that's already like an hour out of the 3.
All the blue light is...
yeah, exactly. It's not really good for me, but you know, it's. I mean, it's not much. So apart from that, it's usually social media anyway. So. But it's not 9 hours.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay. I see Gerda slipping in again.
Yeah.
Oops.
You might need professional help there.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
This is an intervention, by the way.
Or promotion.
Oh,
yeah, you're doing your work good.
I like that better.
Yeah. You're so invested. So
I'm convinced now that I found my dream job, I think.
It sounds like fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. I feel like I'm not sure if you guys work together at the office, if you have a shift together, but it sounds like you're just laughing all day.
Well, okay. No. So we have different shifts. So you either start at 8:30 in the morning, or you start around 12 or 1, and then you work till early in the evening. And we go to the office on Monday and Thursday, but then there's only one person that goes to the office, so we don't actually see each other a lot in person. So it's a lot of Teams calls or just chats and Teams, but yeah, we don't see each other a lot in person.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like it's lonely, because sometimes you can have. I used to have an internship where I didn't go to the office, and I didn't speak to anyone else for most of the day.
Wow.
And that can get very lonely. But now you don't speak to people for a lot of the time as well. But there's still a lot of chatter going around in Teams. Yeah. And as I said, you send screenshots of funny comments, and then you'll laugh about it. And just sometimes it's just random small talk between, and it's still very, very tight. Everyone's just very friendly, and it still gives a feeling that you know each other very well, and you complete each other as well. So it's very nice. Yeah, it's a great team to be in.
Yeah, I think really awesome though what you guys are doing. I like.
Thanks.
I'll forward the compliments to you guys, and I know what I'm gonna do during my weekends now. I'm just gonna send you guys DMs and.
Yeah. So if you have any troubles in regarding love or anything,
we'll give you advice.
Yeah, we'll give you all the advice we can.
I just heard about disastrous results. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that.
Okay, that's true. we don't have a great track record. We're 0 for 1 now, but
you can make it right. So no worries.
Exactly. Exactly.
We'll give it a try.
I happen to know that Tim is single, so
let's see. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thanks a lot, though, for being
no
here.
problem. Thanks for having us.
It was really a pleasure. Learned a lot, and I'm even more energized about this topic now. So, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.